Let me share with you a sample closing argument in a case I handled not too long ago. May it please the court, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this injury never should have happened. This gentleman's death was entirely preventable. He was diagnosed with lung cancer, and he had a buildup of fluid in his lungs. He was getting agitated. He was uncomfortable. And the doctors went in to find out exactly what was going on. They did their CAT scan. They did their MRI scan. And during the course of those tests, he became agitated. And the doctor said, you know what? We are going to restrain you to the bed to protect you so you don't fall out of bed if you want to go to the bathroom or walk around. After the patient went for his MRI, he's brought back to another floor, and this time he's put back into his bed and he's tucked in for the night. And you know what happened, right? We heard about it from his daughter. The daughter gets a call at 10 o'clock at night. I just want to let you know something happened to your dad. What do you mean? What happened to my dad? Well, your dad fell out of bed. How could he have fallen out of bed? He was supposed to be restrained. The doctor specifically told you to restrain him. There is no way he could have fallen and gotten out of bed. Well, I just want to let you know he fell out of bed and he hit his head. The daughter asked, how did this happen? This is impossible. Well, what we've shown to you, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's not impossible. Do you know why? Because there were departures from good and accepted care here. What happened was that the staff who brought this patient back from the MRI and brought him to a new room, they failed to recognize and failed to realize that there were instructions that the doctor had left for them. And the instructions were to restrain this patient to the bed, to physically restrain him. Why? So that he did not get out and hurt himself. And that's exactly what happened here. They brought the patient back to the bed, they put him into his bed, transferred him from the stretcher into his bed, covered him up with his blankets, said good night, have a wonderful night, and left. And what do you think happened shortly after that? He decided he needed to get up and go to the bathroom. Well, if he had been restrained, he never would have been allowed to get up. Physically impossible for him to get out of bed. He never would have fallen, hit his head, suffered a subdural hematoma, a bleed into his brain. And because of the chemotherapy that he was on, it caused the brain to bleed even more than it would have ordinarily. And as a result of that, he went into a coma a day and a half later and ultimately died 2.5 weeks after that, and died as a direct result of the staff failing to follow protocol, and this death was entirely preventable. Now, what you've just heard is a sample closing argument in a case that I handled for this family. It was a tragic case, and the gentleman did die. So why do I share this information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight into what goes on during a closing argument and to how a closing argument is done. It follows the story of what exactly happened and what our claims are. You know, chances are you're watching this and you have questions and concerns about your own particular matter. Well, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. I do this every single day. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at lawmed10@yahoo.com. I'm Jerry Oginski here in New York. Thanks for watching.